Today, let's talk about why you might be blaming the wrong thing for your headaches. So, what if it's not just stress? So, let's discover the real cause of your headaches. Now, as an executive mom, you may be juggling work, home, and everything in between, and your headaches might feel like just another symptom of your overloaded schedule. It's easy to chalk them out to, or say you blame it on stress, screen time, or just lack of sleep. And yes, all those things do play a role. But if your headaches are becoming more frequent, more intense, you might be blaming the wrong culprits, really. So let's discuss more in this video about what exactly is it that could be the cause of your headaches. So before we get into the topic for today, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Swati. I'm an executive mom power coach. I help moms of younger kids who work in high stress executive jobs to manage their back, neck, that is their spinal and nerve pain, despite low energy levels and lack of focus. Now, I do this by giving you simple exercises, some easy lifestyle modifications, some tips and tricks that have helped me in my own pain and adrenal fatigue journey. Now, those of you who are familiar with adrenal fatigue know it's a very, very broad term with lots and lots of symptoms. But the two main ones that I had were lack of focus, or brain fog, or mommy brain, as it sometimes is called, because usually moms of newborns or younger kids have so much on their mind that they are not able to focus. However, we are talking about severe lack of focus or brain fog and lack of energy or low energy levels despite having 12, 14, 16 hours of sleep. I've done that and still wake up tired or not having done a lot or just having sitting around and just lazing around the whole day, but still feeling tired. Anyway, less of that and more of the topic for today, which is to do with your headaches. So, when you have these two symptoms, it's very difficult to manage your everyday schedule, leave alone your headaches or your aches and pains. So, I'm not saying it's not possible. I've been there, done that, come out on the other side. So, here I am, helping you, guiding you along with stuff that has helped me and hoping that it helps you too. Anyway, let's get into the topic for today without taking more of your time because, hey, we're moms, we're busy people, right? So, let's talk about. What if it's not just stress? So discover the real cause of your headaches. Now, as I was saying, many of us silently suffer from these headaches that actually originate in your neck. So they are called cervicogenic headaches because it's originating in your cervical spine or your neck. I mean, this whole area here from your hairline till where your shoulders start. So let's talk about some of these missing links. Now, the pain, sometimes when we have headaches, excuse me. So sometimes when we have headaches, they will feel like a tension headache or a migraine. But instead of originating in the brain, these headaches, that it's these cervicogenic headaches, begin with some dysfunction or like issues like disc problems, stenosis, degeneration, arthritis, etc., etc., or just some muscular tension in your upper cervical spine right at the base of your neck. Now, what happens here is the pain starts in your cervical spine or your upper to mid cervical spine and it radiates to the head. Now, when I say upper to mid cervical spine, so if you are looking at your neck, this is your hairline and this is the bottom of your neck. So these are your seven cervical vertebrae. Okay, zoom is a little bit funny, but anyway, you can see my hand. So these are your seven cervical vertebrae right at the back here in the center. So if you divide them into two, so the upper to mid part, so from your hairline to the middle of your neck here, upper to middle cervical spine, we are considering that part. Now, what happens in your spine from your hairline right down to your, to your lumbar spine, end of lumbar spine, to your tailbone? There are nerves that exit the spine between every two vertebrae. So there are nerves exiting. These nerves exit from the left and the right, and they go and supply a certain part of your body. So the ones that exit the upper to mid cervical spine go and supply the back of your head and to the side of your head. And it can sometimes cause headaches in this area. Plus, they can also go into your forehead, jaw, and that tension behind your eyes as well. So these are known as a cervicogenic headache. Now, it can be accompanied by reduced neck mobility, tenderness or tension around the base of the skull or the middle cervical spine there. So there is a lot that goes into these headaches, but I'll not go in the details of cervicogenic headaches. I've done a lot of videos on those. You can have a look. I have also written a blog on this same topic, which is why you might be blaming the wrong thing for your headaches. Now, that blog has a video that talks about cervicogenic headaches and 3 easy tips to manage them. And these are tips that are simple, easy, can be incorporated into your busy everyday life without taking away a big chunk of your time. So I will leave a link to that blog in the description of this video. If you're watching me on Instagram, the link is in my bio. If you are a busy mom like me, it's okay. Just message me, drop a comment below, I'll send it to you. All right, next thing. Desk work may be the real trigger for your headaches. Now, what happens? If your headache often hits, say, midday or after a long session on your laptop, your poor posture may be to blame. Now, what happens is there's something called a forward head posture, which has, which is very, very common. So, if you look at your earlobe here. Usually it should be, if you look at me sideways, it should be in line with the tip of your shoulder. But when you have a forward head posture, basically your head is poking out, the earlobe falls in front of your shoulder tip or your line of your shoulder. In order to balance this forward head, you need to slouch or round your shoulders. Sorry, not slouch. You need to round your shoulders because you got to balance that head over your body, right? So the head is not going back, so your body comes forward. Now, when this happens, you'll automatically see the rounded shoulders, the rounding of the mid back and the upper back, and then it has an effect down the spine, basically leads to slouching. Now, when you have this forward head posture, these rounded shoulders, they place extra stress on your neck muscles, leading to a lot of inflammation, tightness, and basically neck pain. And because your upper to mid cervical spine is involved, it can travel upwards and lead to those headaches. What can you do about it? The very first thing and the simplest thing you can do is, so if you look at this pen, this is at about 0 degrees. So if you look at me okay, look at me sideways. Okay, Zoom is getting funny here. So if you look at me sideways, okay, here, this pen is at 0 degrees from my eyes. But if the tip of this pen goes down by about 5 to 10 degrees, do you see how my head went in a slight nod there? So if this is 100% of a nod, I did a 5 to 10 degrees of that nod. And that is known as a chin nod. And that is this neutral position, the happy position for your cervical spine. So try and keep your cervical spine in that 5 to 10 degrees of a nod. So keep the top of your laptops or your screen, or if you're using your phone, try and keep that about 5 to 10 degrees below your horizontal gaze. So if this is 0, this is 5 to 10 degrees. That will create a happy place for your cervical spine, a neutral zone. It will set back into it is the aligned neutral position of your cervical spine, reducing your cervicogenic headaches eventually. Now, another thing is you might be missing the real solution with painkillers and say hydration. Painkillers have their own place, hydration has its own place, but it may offer you temporary relief, but they do not address the root cause of your cervicogenic headache. To truly break that cycle, you need to retrain your posture, release that neck tension, and restore that functional movement in your neck, right? Now, it is completely doable. It's not impossible, as I showed you with these easy examples. So, if you've been blaming your hormones like I once did, eye strain, stress, you're not alone. And I understand where you're coming from, but you don't need to live with those constant headaches. Now, if you're ready to get to the root of your headaches that originate in your neck, so cervicogenic headaches, you can explore the course that I have to offer, which is which is called Simple Solutions to Manage Your Cervicogenic Headaches. It offers practical, easy to implement, proven strategies that actually worked, and they have helped countless number of people to overcome their pain, regain energy, and fully engage back with their families, their careers. The dramatic difference that you see when you implement these in your life, it is amazing to see the results. Anyway, so if you're looking for the details on this course that I mentioned. This is one of my courses. You can have a look at that blog. It has the link in there. I will, again, that blog has a lot of other valuable information. I will leave a link in the description of this video. If you're watching on Instagram, the link is in my bio. Otherwise, just message me and I'll send it across to you. Alrighty, that's all I have for you today. If you have any questions, any comments from today's video, let me know and I'll be happy to help you out. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.